Okay. Okay. Where am I? Oh, no. Okay. Alright. So long as I don't talk about anything important or having to do with anything, as long as it's like about nothing important, I shouldn't get a copyright strike. But I got a video somewhere on here, my channel here, and I'll try to get it out to you again, but I gave up like 2 or 3 of my accounts. So if they shut me down here, I can still broadcast from other accounts. So make sure you subscribe to my backup channels. They're in the description box of a video I titled, I Got My Channel Back. So if you go to my YouTube channel and you hit the little search button, put I Got My Channel Back, when that video pulls up in the description box are my backup channels. I still kept 2 channels to myself. So I'm still in disguise. So if I want to drop into somebody else's chat room and not do it under my name, read Chaos, Panic, and Disorder, I can always do that. If I want to compliment somebody, I can. I don't have to do it under my own name. So, but, yeah, I almost forgot about that one account. But I've got a couple that... So anyway, before I head off to bed, because it's 9 o'clock, hey, the Nut House. I've been trying to catch you to see if you go live Fridays. If you don't go live, I want to go live. I've been trying to stay awake later. It just has not been working. I took like a 3-hour nap today, and it's 9 o'clock right now. I'm ready to go to bed. Like, I would like to stay up till like midnight. I'd like to be a night owl, not an early bird. I want to get back to the way I used to be. But I noticed I've been sleeping like 12, 14, 16 hours a day, easily. I'm talking to you right now in my chat room, and it tells me I have 0 viewers. And you and I'll do a stream with you any day, Peanut. Absolutely. I'll jump at the chance. That's a lot of sleep. I know. Something's wrong. That's a lot, like, too much. Hey, greetings, Scott. I got an email from you a while ago. I meant to get back to you and give you a phone call. Sorry I'm so slow to do everything. And I don't mean to be a pain in the foot. Why am I dropping on the floor? I can't see. My vision's all, like, messed up. I was watching Truth Radio show, and I can't even see the people in the chat room to comment back to them. Like, everything's blurred together. I can't read. Oh, that's what I dropped, was a dime. My replacement wedding band. I went nuts when that broke. I didn't have it on for a bunch of months. But, yeah, so I want to tell you how my street preach training went. I missed last week because I literally have a hospital note. You still a fan? Be my friend. Be my friend, my friend. I'll get back to that email, Scott. I didn't mean to be rude to you. I'm sorry. Or to anybody for that matter. But, so last week I missed my training. This week I got to go and they repeated the first course. It's called, like, Master's Training. It's got Kirk Cameron in it. So we run a video, watch it, we role play. Well, we role played today, and I got to role play with my favorite person, Linda. I love Linda. I got to meet Linda in person, and I fell in love with her right off the bat. She's my favorite. And then comes Myra. But anyway, so Linda and I role played. I kid you not. By the time I was done role playing, do you know I was actually in tears? It hit home. Just the role playing, and I knew I was role playing, but still it hit home. So what it was, the role playing was, you learn how to street preach. How do you do it? How do you open up conversation with another person? How do you not, how do you have confidence? Where do you begin? Like, how do you not know just how to present yourself and have the courage to walk up and talk about God? Because it is actually like the number one most important, one of the most important, it is the number one most important issue we're going to make of our entire lives, of what God we're going to serve. Hey, Greta, I love you, right? We serve the wrong one, we go to hell, and we're doomed for eternity outside Abba's love, outside of Him, right? So I don't want that to happen. I've landed there. I've had a death experience. I landed in that place of darkness. I don't want to go back. So I'll straighten out my act, and, I've been slowly but surely straightening out my act. It's definitely a process, I'll tell you that much. So, but in the role playing that Linda and I did, it was two people having a conversation, and I was Mrs. Smith because I thought of the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Oh, that was last month, and I missed you. Oh, I can kick myself in the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Scott. Darn. Darn, because you mentioned it. I use it my cell phone. I think I stored your phone number too. I think I've had your phone number stored. I gotta give you a ring. Because usually people give me their number. I take it and I store it right away. So, like, if ever in the future you pop in my head, Shazam, I don't have to go through a ton of emails. I can just. I usually. Shoot, I gotta stay on top of things. I'm slipping. Obviously, because there's a lot of people I haven't written back since my birthday. Everybody that wished me a happy birthday, nobody got a thank you from me. I wasn't trying to be rude. Hey, Galen. Meek Dad, how are you? Selah. So the street preaching, we were role playing. And in the role playing, it was a situation where two people were talking. And these two people, I was Mrs. Smith, and there was another Christian lady in it. And they were discussing this kid named Eric. And so this Christian lady says to me, I came by to see Eric. Is he here? And now I'm the receptionist. And I'm sitting there being a wise ass going, probably just like last week. He's probably hungover and running late. So how was your church? How was your this? How was your that? So her and I are going back and forth about church and about somebody, about doing like friendship type ministering where you're just friends. It's kind of like that love gospel bull crap, right? Well, God's love, and you got to say it in love. You didn't say it in love, Holly, And then you get these, you get another type where it's like friendship. So they're trying to win your faith by being your friend, but not addressing the biggest decision all of us are going to make of our entire lives, and that's what God or no God are we going to follow. So the two ladies are talking, and the Christian lady says to me, well, Eric came to a church and he seemed to really like it, and I've been meaning to talk to him about it. We've been friends for 2 years, but, I don't want to pressure him. It can be a very awkward thing to bring up God, and, but he seemed to enjoy himself at the church meeting. But I should probably bring it up to him, but I don't want to be awkward, or I don't want to offend him or be off-putting or be a Bible thumper or whatever. And so me being the receptionist, I'm like, hang on, Christian lady, let me call so-and-so's secretary and see, or let me call Eric's secretary and see what's going on, right? So I, as the receptionist, call the secretary, and the secretary says, I'm sorry to inform you, but Eric passed away this morning at 8 a.m. due to an aneurysm. He's no longer with us. Now, as the receptionist, I have to turn around and say this to the Christian lady. So now I have to turn around and tell her, he's dead. You're never going to have the chance to have that conversation with him. Opportunity missed. I tell you, I got crying. I know it was just role playing and stuff, but that one got me. So guys, if you're not saved to Yeshua, I'm going to just be honest with you. I want you to be saved to Yeshua so we can spend eternity with each other in heaven. Plain and simple. So I'm going to lead you to him. And yeah, there's going to be parts of me that are going to beat you over the head to get you there if you don't go willingly. Or at least I'm going to feel like doing that, but I know I really can't beat you over the head. I can't win you to Jesus by being a soft friend. I can't win you to Jesus by the love gospel. I can't win you to Jesus by giving you some fake false doctrine of him sweeping in and saving you from all the horrible stuff. But I can tell you all the great things he's done for me. He spared me from that cage in the Dumps. I survived all that, and now I can turn around and expose it and try to help the other people that were exposed to it get through it and come to terms, because it's really hard. Once they rip your mind apart, it's so hard to put everything back together again. Humpty Dumpty, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Yeah, that's the mind of an MK Ultra victim. It takes the blood of Yeshua, because he's the only way. He really is the only way, and I've tried everything. Gordon, Meek Orange, how are you? It's good to see you, hon. My love and prayers to Hawaii. I have an aunt in Hawaii. Honolulu. She has a different last name, though, so. Bless the crap out of people. Leave it to you, Peanut. See ya. Have a good... don't work too hard, Peanut. Yeah, we'll definitely do a broadcast together. Have a nice time at work. Hawaii. Yeah, I could go for, like, beach, sun, warmth, seafood, particularly shellfish that I'm not supposed to have. Thanks, Gordon. Boy, if I could, like, grow wings on my cat, dog, and me, I'd be over right now. I could really use it. I go from to TMJ in May to migraine now. Hey, Joni, how are you, sweetheart? Yeshua, blessings to you and yours. It's great to see you. So, what else about this street preaching class? I love the group of people I'm studying with. I've met all of them before, and I love them. Because I met them all from Coach Dave's, and I love Coach Dave. So I just get to be with them, and like, I don't know, my favorite topic is Yeshua, so I fit in with them because their favorite topic is Yeshua too. Yeah, I really want to get over like fumbling when I talk to people. Like, I got no problem coming on YouTube and making a jackass out of myself, but that's not true. I'm belittling myself. I put my recovery up public. So, what, the process Kathy O'Brien went through, and she says to go through it privately? Yeah, I put that whole process up public. So, if you wanted to see what it was like for someone to deprogram, you got it firsthand. And now you know when you come across someone who's SRA, DID, MK Ultra, or super soldier, or augmented soldier, transhumanism, you know maybe how to talk to them because you've been exposed to me and you got a drop kick course. I've definitely offended my mother. I remember one person I tried to talk to Yeshua about, and they shrugged me off. I was like, man, God's trying to reach out to you, buddy, and you just brushed me aside. Listen, man, the best thing I ever did in my life was ask Heavenly Abba, what's a calling? Why does everybody else get one? And can I have a calling from you? And if you call me, I'm going to answer. But can I have a calling too? I want to hear your voice just like Noah heard it. It wasn't instant for me. It was time. I worked at things. I had to show God I loved him first, and that I had to give him my gestures first, and show him that he was the one I was picking to be my God, my Savior, and my Holy Spirit, or my Creator, my Savior, and my Holy Spirit. But I really like the course. I'm going to stick with it and see it through. My homework, besides doing lesson 2 and reading the book, my homework is I have to write a letter to God and tell him what I want to get out of this course. And I hope it's to do it his way. I hope to learn how to talk to people the way he wants me to talk to people. Like how he did it when he was alive. He brought, like the lady at the well, he brought her so much compassion, but he still drove the point home, right? Make orange. I love you. I stopped giving people nicknames. Well, that's not true. Excuse my appearance. I'm still dealing with the migraine, and 1 minute I'm fine, and then the next minute I'm not. So, excuse my appearance. I look as bad as I feel as bad as I look. So, what else did I learn tonight? Ooh, they ran another whammy past us. I wonder if I can get the story straight. It was more of a, what would you do if you were in the situation? And then the best part was the comment that I forget my brother in Christ's name, but his comment afterwards. Because because if it was us, we would be lenient on ourselves, right? Because we'd know our heart. And hey, Jamie, I got to give you a ring back. I hope your finger feels better. Yeah, I know I quit the Coke, but I've been craving it. My stomach, oh. I uh I finally got cottage cheese in me today. I finally ate. Yesterday I had a Thomas's English muffin, and I think I also had a cheeseburger, but that was it. Today I only had cottage cheese. But I bought raw eggs and milk so I can make my shakes. 2 raw eggs, milk, sugar. I forgot the bananas, but like, I know I should have chose ginger ale instead of this stomach rotting garbage. And I gave it up to like keep my body pure and just do better all around and care about myself. Because I'm programmed not to care, and I'm programmed to destroy myself and sabotage myself. And, I want to be done with the programming, and I want to come out of it. And the second I feel like I get one foot out of the programming, smack, depression comes slamming into me out of left field to knock me out of my shoes. Did I ever tell you about the story about my mother's dog that knocked me out of my shoes? She had this one dog, man. I don't know what it was about my mother and my stepdad, but they would go and they'd want a dog, and they'd go get one from the pound. And they would bring home some doozies. They brought home one dog that I guess liked to play hide and go seek. But the more you went after the dog, the more the dog ran. So you would have to like walk away. Like you get fed up chasing after the dog thinking it ran away. And then when you got fed up and pissed off and you're like phooey after like an hour chasing after the dog and you go walking home, then the dog would follow you back. And it was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore with you. This is not a fun walk for me. I don't know whoever, what if that dog came like that, or if somebody programmed that dog that way. But man, then they brought home another dog from the pound. I don't blame the dog because I would have felt the same way myself. Hey, bum number one, how are you? Really? That's cool. I tried that rescue thing. Foster parent for pit bulls. This one pit they gave me, it almost took off my head, so that was about it for me. It was nasty. I met the owner. I took one look at her. I was like, yeah, this dog is going to be a bitch. I can see it in your eyes. And I know it rubbed off on the dog. I don't mean to be like that, but you can just see it in someone's eyes. Abba shows you. Now be careful what you ask Abba, because he'll answer you back. It might be quick or it might take some time, but when he answers you. So anyway, this one dog they got, dog hated everybody. The dog ended up growling at the company and nipping at company. Then it started nipping and growling at my mom and stepdad. Now, me, I have a natural fear of dogs. When I was like 3 years old, I was bit on a lip by my mother's German Shepherd. I remember that thing too, because I was as tall as it was, and it just bit my face. And the second my mother walked in the house, the dog turned around and bit me. I hate German Shepherds. I see them and I'm like, no, I gave it up, Scott, but because of the migraine and my vomiting situation, I just decided to pamper my body and give my body what it craved because I'm under so much duress right now. Like, I need medical attention, but every time I go to a doctor or a hospital, they're not giving me adequate attention. So I'm suffering. But no, as soon as I stopped the profuse vomiting, I was trying. This worked at first, but now it's not working anymore. Today I took it this afternoon, and an hour after I took it, the vomiting came back. So I'm like, yeah, you lost your effectiveness. There that goes. Nothing works. I'm in so much damn pain, it's not even funny. Um, okay, so this course. Oh, wait, first the dog, and then I'll tell you about the course. So, this dog, I'm scared of dogs naturally, but this dog, the dog only liked me, but it hated my parents, it hated its company, it wouldn't let anybody get near it but me. And when I saw that, I was like, I'll keep the dog. I like the dog. The dog hates everybody else here, but loves me. I love the dog. Leave it with me. And they went. You know what they did? They took it for a ride. I only took it a few times. There were only like 6 or 7 pills in here, and there's 2 left. So I really haven't taken that much of it over the past week. I usually just tough it out. Baking soda and water always works good. Or like ginger ale. Yeah, toilet. Just vomiting. um, so they got another dog later in time. Well, this dog also took a liking to me, but I don't know what it was about this dog, man. It knew my car, so I would pull down my parents' driveway, and I kid you not, that dog, it would just see my car and come booking out to my car to the point that I could barely drive down the driveway because the dog's jumping at the car because it saw my car, and there I am. Now, meanwhile, this dog, they had one of those electric. No, you're fine, Scott. Don't worry about it. No, but I did give up coke. I gave up smoking and vaping and everything. But just, this is like the second week of the migraine. The sinus infection is going, but I'm going on 2 weeks of this. I can't take the pain anymore. I'm starting to lose it. I've got no patience, like, with anything or anybody. I'm just frazzled because I'm in physical pain. But anyway, this dog had one of those electric shock collar things, and it would go past the invisible line, and its body would be like almost on the verge of convulsions, but still, it didn't matter. And this one day, I remember I got home from college and I had to go get my sister off the bus at my parents' house. So after college, I traveled to my parents' house. The dog had gotten loose somehow. Well, same thing happens. The dog's all jumping on my car. I get out of my car and this dog, I would stand there and this dog would weasel its way between my legs and just stand there and quiver. And I would pet it. Like, like this dog, like, if you could imagine, like, one of Britney Spears' fanatic fans, right? That's how this dog treated me. Just loved me. Just couldn't get enough. Oh my God. Anyway, so this one day in particular, the dog was so happy to see me, jumping all over, so happy, like mauling me. Well, all of a sudden, it got eerily quiet. The dog's not bothering me. And there I found myself walking up the sidewalk and into the house. And on one side of the sidewalk, it's white, loose gravel. And I don't know if it's still there, but they had like a small little tree, about my height or whatnot. I gotta actually take that call. So I'll get back to your comments in a second. So It got eerily quiet. I'm walking up to the door. Well, all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, this was like a lab, a black lab. Well, out of the corner of my eye, I see this dog get a running start on me. I mean, it was at the other end of the property. I see out of the corner of my eye just this black streak. Before I could do anything, react, realize what was going on, I kid you not, this dog jumped on me so hard, so fast, and so fierce. It literally knocked my sneakers off my feet. And I landed on the tree and then slid down and fell on the gravel on my knees, and my knees got all cut up. I was like, dog, what is with you? Oh my God. And then I was on the ground and the dog wouldn't leave me alone. It was just so happy to see me. Oh man, that dog didn't last there too long. But it literally, my sneakers actually literally flew off my feet. No, they didn't, well, no, they didn't fly off my feet. What happened was I was literally knocked out of my shoes. My shoes were still in place on the sidewalk. I was just literally out of them. But I kid you not, I landed like in that baby tree and then slid down onto the gravel. Man, that dog nailed me. That dog was brutal. I literally had to get up and walk over to pick up my shoes and put them back on. You're going for now? I will go for now. Why? I love you too, Meek Orange. Frozen to a railing. Aww, and she massaged its little feet. Aw, number one. Aw, God bless you. Abba bless your mom. I'd do the same thing too. I would do the same thing too. Like when Keeper was sick with Lyme's disease, well, both times, I sat up with the dog. She had a fever and everything. I just kept rubbing her and I just sat there with her. The first time was 3 days. I think the second time she got it, I sat with her 2 out of the 3 days, and then I just had to go to bed the third night. But I sat there on the floor with her. Debbie, sweetheart, I've been meaning to get back to you, honey. So, yeah, my parents used to get some doozies of dogs, man. There was one dog they got. The thing would entertain itself for hours out in the driveway. It would take its paws with the rocks and like with its paws, like trying to make the rocks pop up from the driveway, and then it would go pounce on them, and then it would do it again, trying to make the rocks like jump up and then go pounce on it. Spend hours out in the driveway. So back to the course. Then they threw another situation at us, and what would you do? What would you decide? Jamie. Good night, Jamie. I'll give you a call back. I don't know if it's going to be tonight, sweetheart, but I will give you a call back. And I pray for your finger. That's weird because I think as a small kid I had one of those things come at my big toe. But, so, silver, because I'm Yeshua's white hot silver arrow. I don't think I'd like a gold one, because Yeshua's my golden bow. Silver and gold, silver and gold. Um, so they gave us a hypothetical situation in this because I'm taking street preaching training. I'm so amped about it. I don't want anybody to ruin this for me. And I'm taking tactical training too, and I don't want anybody to ruin that for me. I just finally have two major things going on in my life, and I just don't want anyone or anything to take them away from me. I don't want to incur any more losses. Please don't let the kingdom of darkness sift me, Heavenly Abba. I don't want to incur any more losses. At least give me a breather for a little bit. And please don't let the kingdom of darkness get at me, keeper, Seva, or my home or livelihood in Yeshua's name. And I pray the same for my loved ones. So in the course, they threw a hypothetical situation at us. And it said, okay, there was a firefighter. There was a really bad fire. A family of 5 died in a violent, brutal house fire during the middle of the night. And the mother was holding one of her children, and she literally collapsed dead on the floor while holding her baby because the fire was so bad. Then the father was found. Then the father was found clutching the other 2 children, dead, huddled together. The house just went up faster than a box of matches. And it was a violent fire. And a family of 5 died. And and the kids were very young. I think they were all under the age of 10. Well, sorry for the notifications. What's worse than that is there was a firefighter on the scene. At the time this violent fire was happening, he was sitting in a fire truck, and this fire broke out right in front of him. He didn't do anything to go save the mother. He didn't go in to save the father and the 2 kids. And while this house burned down with a family of 5, killing the 5, this fireman never went in. What had happened was, I guess it was around the holidays, and the fireman had gotten his boss, the chief, a really expensive CD player. So the fireman was sitting in the fire truck, I guess installing and as well as playing the new CD player, and he had headphones on and he was listening to music on the new CD player that he was so ecstatic that he had bought the chief. He had spent a lot of money to buy the chief a nice present, and that's what he got him. So the fireman was actually listening to the CD player that he bought the chief as a gift. And right in front of him, a house is going up in flames, and a family of 5 died. And he didn't see, it didn't dawn on him. So it was a clear dereliction of duty, clear neglect, right? Whether it was willful or not. What would you do to that firefighter? Would you send him away for life? Like how much time? 2 years of prison? 5 years of prison? What kind of punishment would you dole out to that firefighter? I'm asking. Because this is what was posed in the course to us. And I thought, wow. My first thought was I was completely horrified. Completely horrified. You know, a family of 5 dies. And violently, like that. And what's worse is it's happening in front of a firefighter sitting in a fire truck right there. And he could have done something to save them. And he blatantly just didn't see it happening because he was testing the CD player he had just bought. He was just, I guess, so happy he could do that for the chief of police. So, yeah, I was completely horrified. But then, not to be double-minded, and I don't know if it's just me as a person double-minded or if it has to do with the MK Ultra programming and because I've been fractured that I'm double-minded. But the second thought that came into my mind was, you know, if you throw this fireman in jail, you're destroying his life and you're not bringing back the 5 dead people. So what good is it to damage his life? Had he seen the fire, he would have done something, but he was distracted by the CD player he bought for the chief. How would you handle that? You know, because you and me, we've all at some point had been derelict in our duties, derelict in our responsibilities for one reason or another. And, you know, we would want a certain treatment. You know, we wouldn't want to go away to jail for murder if it was a God's honest mistake. And you and me, we would want a certain method or a certain treatment, you know. But yet when it comes to us doling out punishment to someone else, we don't give them the same treatment we give ourselves or the same thought that we would give ourselves. If it's a mistake, he does have a lot of responsibility, right? I would think, you know, strip him, dishonorably discharge him, don't let him be a firefighter again. I don't know. Community service once a week. I mean, you know he's got to be walking around bearing a bunch of guilt. Right? A cashier cannot screw up as massive as endangering lives, right? Go be a cashier. I don't know if it's a true story or not. Let me say that. I don't know. But they threw that at us. And it was a very good point. And then the comment after that was, you know, we expect certain treatment for ourselves, but do we give it to other people when doling out punishment? But I like it. I'm definitely going to stick with it. I want to see it through the end. I guess it's going to take me a couple of months to go through with the group, but I'm really looking forward to it. And so far, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, like the whole role playing, I knew it was role playing, but it still made me cry. I mean, imagine those people that you haven't talked to God about, and our eternal destinations are the biggest decision we're going to make with our lives. I say it's the biggest. Maybe somebody else might say, well, it's one of the biggest. Maybe somebody might not even think that it's important. And how do you bring to their attention that, yeah, it is, and we need to turn our sights to Him and find out what's important to Him to make sure we're in accordance to it. But, you know, I think that like me, I have to get over my fear, my fumbles, my lack of confidence and esteem, and just, but also to know how to open doors, not to be intimidated by like the intellectual types, and how to actually handle them and come up with some answers. I watched Coach Dave in action before, and man, he's on point. You ever see him go to toe with somebody? That somebody doesn't stand a chance next to Coach Dave. They don't. They don't. He's not the one that's teaching me. He's not the instructor of this course, but I'm using him as an example. I want to be that fierce, but I also, I got to learn how to get over social anxieties and learn how to talk to people, when to know to interject, when to know when they've stopped their sentence, so I know when I can start mine, when, like, just how to read a person. I'm so out of it. Like, these past 7 years, my life has changed so much. And I've changed so much. And not all of it's good. I've been behind the. I used to be a social butterfly, so to speak. I mean, I knew everybody. I was friends with different groups of people, different kinds of people. But I'm not like that anymore. I don't go out like that, and I'm awkward around people. Now that I know the truth about myself, or I'm getting to the truth about myself and how I was used, I'm not the same person I used to be. I mean, I'm still Holly. My sense of humor is still there. My ways are still there. I'm getting my voice back. But, I'm still Holly, but I'm not. I'm better now. Just wanted to let you know. Put a hold on vaccine mandate. Yay! Congratulations, Real Planet X videos. Thank you, thank you. Praise be to Abba for Yeshua. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, I'm an ordained minister. If anybody needs an ordained minister to sign so they can get their religious exemption, I'm happy to do it. For free, too. I mean, that's my responsibility to you guys anyway. I figure. Right? So if you guys want to be exempt and I can help as your ordained minister, then I'll take the title for that reason. I know, quit the smoking too. I know. But I want one before I go to sleep. And I'm starting to get tired. Women can be ministers in America. Yeah. Here, let me show you my card. Cha-ching, my credentials. As is clergy. Now, I didn't get ordained at a seminary college. Although, I've known a couple of professors. I'm friends with a couple of professors. One is above a dean of students, so I'm sure if I wanted to have gotten ordained through their colleges, their universities, I could have. But I got a vape pen, so when I screw up, I'm going back to quitting, but when I screw up, at least I screw up on a vape pen and not a cigarette. Because vaping is a lot better than cigarettes, I think. Throws it out, or I'm going to try to find a job that doesn't force the mandate. I'm praying for you, Real Planet X videos. We only have men in Orthodox Christian, really? I know you can get, like, one of the people that lives around here, they got ordained, but theirs is weird. they got to pay a fee and every year renew their card. I'm like, what's that? Aren't you just ordained for life? What's this like pay fee and renew it every year? Crap. No, I'm ordained for life. like, um, so people do it different ways. Me, I was online 24/7. Now, more like 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, eating up as much Holy Bible studies as the ministries could throw. And so I got the formal education by being online, but I have the personal experience because of the MK Ultra projects and the DUMS. So, but I wanted to be recognized among my peers, but I also wanted to accomplish something with ABBA. I never graduated college for accounting. I wanted to graduate something. I wanted to start something and see it through to the end. And I did that with ABBA. And this is, I mean, I finally made something of myself. It only took me, I can't do math, 44 years of my life to make something of myself, but at least I got there. And so I feel like this is my college education right here. Thank you, Gordon. I know, but I want to treat the temple he gave me with respect. And I want to take better care of myself. And I just want to do better for him all around. Austria made it mandatory in the whole country. Oh, I heard somewhere in China, they locked people in an amusement park and forced them to get it. That's when like someone like me, I gotta walk my talk and be like, I'm not taking it. There's no way. And it'll have to get forceful and it'll have to come to the extreme because I won't. No, I can't. I gotta say no and stand up for it. I don't believe in what's going on. It reminds me of the story in Revelation about a mark and a beast, and I want nothing to do with either one of them. And I take it seriously. I understand Revelation because of the dreams I have. I mean, like, Revelation is like a kid talking. You ever have a kid tell you about the boogeyman underneath their bed? Same thing in Revelation. And he tells us to approach him as kids. But I definitely want to keep my body pure, so I want to get back to the non-smoking and the not drinking the soda. I just want to do better. Coke syrup, that's a great idea, Greta. I'll get Coke syrup next time. That's a great idea. Good night, Holly. Aw, sweet dreams, sweetie pie. Do kids see things because they're innocent? I think so, yes. They're not jaded by this world. Because once this world, like, for instance, I had memories of the kids in the cage being electrocuted. I remembered Cobalt. I remembered Casbolt. Cobalt, Casbolt. The projects we were in, deadly weapons, Cobalt. They were trying to turn us into weapons through transhumanism in the DUMS. But yeah, like when I was 18, they said, when I'm telling them my memories, they're like, the church, my friends, people, doctors, it's all in your head, it's all in your head. It's just a bad dream. I heard it so much, I started to tell myself it's just a bad dream. The kicker is I carried a knife I carried 2 knives on me. One was named Moses from the Holy Bible, and I wore that unconcealed. And the second one was concealed. And I named it Aaron. But after a blonde-haired girl named Aaron Rothschild, and after a brunette boy named Aaron McCullum. And those names, Aaron and Aaron, stayed with me my whole life. And when I woke up 7 years ago, the cops came to my door and actually requested Aaron. They didn't want Moses, they wanted Aaron, specifically Aaron. I gave him Moses too. I gave him both my knives. I was like, man, I got to get a good night's sleep, and these were under my pillows. Can you, like, protect me? Like, I know I should never take down my guard, but I can't keep going in survival mode at this point. Because I'll give myself a heart attack and stroke, and then what good am I? But that was very curious why they asked for the knife of Aaron. They didn't want Moses. They wanted that knife named Aaron in particular. They asked for it by name. And I only mentioned Aaron once. I was always talking about Moses. It was, like I said, it wasn't concealed. But you never just carry one of anything on you anyhow. Never do that. You got to carry a couple or a few backups. It's really not a laughing matter. Oh, you'd have off. Bless you, Gordon. Meek Orange. Austria, starting Monday, is on lockdown. You must take it or what? That's what it's coming down to? Or wait, they won't kill you just yet. But once they get, 95%, 94% of the population vaccinated, then they'll let you out of lockdown because then it won't matter. This has nothing to do with our health and our well-being. Nothing. But people don't want the truth. The truth is Yeshua. So they're going to perish because they don't want the truth. And they don't want to admit what's in front of them. I put up a post today on Facebook. I think it was a banner hanging on a Catholic church. It says the blood of Christ will not save you from the COVID. RSVPQTRSMOADFE. Yes, it is. It's a farce. Yes, it is. I agree. It's about the NWO. Yep. Fourth Reich Rising. Hey, Tyler, my love. How are you, sweetheart? You should not be seeing me when I'm at my worst. I should have my hair and makeup done for you, my love. I will next time. I don't know. This is getting very ugly very quickly. If you listen to man, they'll tell you we got another 20 years left. You listen to Abba, he's saying, yeah, you'd be lucky to have 10 more years left, assuming tribulation is a 7-year-long period. I know people say 3.5 years. I think in total it's 7 years. And yeah, once the ball gets rolling, the last part of it's going to be the worst because then you're going to start to see the death numbers adding up. Then we're really going to have a pandemic. Then it's really going to be a problem. I really got to get, if you guys aren't sold out on Yeshua, I really want to get you sold out on him. He'll give you prophecy. He'll give you the gift of healing hands. He gives you the gift of tongues, the gift of dreams and visions. He gives you all these things. You know, when you turn to Yeshua, he's not bland and boring. He's not stiff and cold. He doesn't take things away from you. He gives you. He blesses you. He provides for you. He doesn't take things away from you. Like, he didn't take my dreams and visions away from me. He gave them to me stronger and more accurate because now he's behind them and I'm listening to his voice and not the voice of this world. I want to encourage you guys to talk to him. Definitely take a chance on him. His words are still living, which means they can still cure us, and they do. And I want to spend eternity with you guys in heaven. And I don't want to hear... I don't want to hear your suffering and your screams from hell because you made a wrong decision. Do you believe in the pre-trib rapture? No, I don't. Joni, Valentina, honestly, I don't. I did, but in 2015, I took it back and I repented. I look at it as false doctrine. What I think we get is when the seventh trumpet's blown, his mystery is going to be revealed. He returns, as well as we have the first of two resurrections commence at that time. He returns, he's setting up his kingdom. We have the first of two resurrections. But he also gathers us. And that gathering, I think people have misconstrued a little bit, a lot. He gathers us. He protects us. We are not subject to his bowls of wrath. We won't see that. It might happen to the person to the left of you and the person to the right, but you're not going to get his wrath because you're in him already. You know, you've repented to him and you have a relationship with him. You know, talk to him all the time. Do your formal prayers, but also talk to him. Include him in everything you do. I bring him everywhere. I ask him to help me pick out outfits. I mean, I ask him to help me pick out what food to eat in the food market. Everything I do, I'm like, Abba, will you do it for me? I can't think right now. It's our time appointed, Selah. We are lucky, yeah. Oh, Tyler, I'm humbled. Thank you, sweetheart. I don't feel it right now. I think we get a second Exodus. I think that's why one of our commandments says keep the Sabbath holy, because he gave us an Exodus already through the Red Sea parting. In our canon Exodus, I think we get a second one too. Because when he comes to gather us, in Jeremiah 31, Jeremiah came along 600 years after the first Exodus. And Jeremiah starts talking about, in chapter 31, how God is going to lay out the ground level so no one will stumble, because even the maimed and the crippled will be coming with us. So when he gathers us and we're not subject to his wrath, I don't know, he might send a whirlwind to bring some of us together like he did Moses and Elijah. Some of us will probably be coming by foot, maybe some by horse, maybe some in wheelchairs or being carried on people's backs. Who knows? But I don't believe in a rapture, but I think we get a second Exodus, is what I think. And I think he protects us through it all. I think we'll have a rock flowing with water following us around. I think he'll give us manna from heaven. But you and I won't be affected, even though will be on the earth. Yeah, I rip into the rapturists. I've been trying to go lighter on them lately because I can be pretty brutal. But, I pray for all of us to be sealed by Heavenly Abba. I pray that we are a part of the 144,000 seals, from my understanding of it. Assuming that's the 144,000 people that make it through tribulation, I pray that we're sealed, and no harm befalls us. And I pray that we're all deemed worthy to be invited and attend the bridegroom feast. And I pray for Heavenly Abba to give us the appropriate wedding garments to wear in Yeshua's name. But I think that bridegroom feast happens down here on earth when we're literally sitting with him. But I think the 144,000 people are not just men. I believe there's women in it too. And when it says stay pure and don't defile yourself with women, it's being general. Keep your temple pure. Don't defile it in any manner. Don't have immoral sex. Don't have sex outside of wedlock. Don't have the same sex relationships like that. Like he wants you to have biblical relationships. And keep your body pure. Don't be destroying it on garbage. And every little bit counts, matters, and helps. Totally forgot what I was saying. I hate when that happens. Yeah, so, Jesus talks about the 10 virgins, right? 5 foolish, 5 wise. But yet that parable, even though it's about supposedly female virgins, it still applies to our brothers in Christ as well. Like Ezekiel 33 watchmen. It's not limited to only males. Women, when we're saved and baptized to Yeshua, we're all called to be watchmen. And when we're watchmen, he's the one that gives us the spiritual gifts that we need to fulfill our watchman shoes. I think Lorena, hi, in Chicago. Yeshua, blessings, son. How are you? Yeah, I was watching the news and then I couldn't. I had to turn the news off for a little bit because it can get to me a little bit. I start crying sometimes. Like, just this world. Yeah, thank you, Lorena. I'm getting better. I found some Alka-Seltzer. That helped. I was able to eat, not much, but something, and that helped. I'm feeling better. My friend had given me a couple Xanax. I took the last one tonight. I'm hoping that keeps my back muscles relaxed so I don't have any more pain in it. Because it was a sinus infection gone haywire, turned migraine. Sinuses taken care of with the antibiotics are working. That might be another reason why I'm sleeping like 16 hours a day. It's because of the antibiotics. But I just got to get the migraine pain under control, and then I'll be... Because I haven't been able to manage my pain on Kratom. The pain has been above what the Kratom handles typically for me, so I'm surprised. because that's what got me started on the Kratom to begin with. Maybe that's why it's not working so well. I should be taking the red Bali, not the green Mangda. The first time I ever took Kratom was 2 years ago in Townsend, Tennessee. I had a rip-roaring headache. I was ready to go to the ER, but I heard that they don't give out pain pills, and I was like, well, that's the only thing that works. Why bother? So I walked into a convenience store, and I was talking to a man there. I was like, CBD does not work, and it also makes me feel icky, and it puts me in a bad mood. He goes, try this. He goes, guaranteed you'll be back for more. And he gave me a packet of the red Bali. Whoa, I took that and I felt like I had taken a Valium because my back muscles relaxed, which that relieved pain. But then the kratom itself killed the pain. And that's maybe where I'm going wrong is I'm using the green Mangda and it's actually agitating me because I need the red, because the red will sedate me instead of the green. Should have thought of that. Because the last thing I need to be is jacked up right now. Last week I was a damn emotional mess. I finally got past the emotional roller coaster, but I've really kind of been laying low because I don't want anything to set me off. Mangda is more of a stimulant. Be careful with the kratom. For fibro. Oh, good. I got the red vein. That's probably where I was going wrong, Lorena. Is I should have used the red kind. So, because I got the green kind. I used to like the green kind in the morning because it kills the pain and it gives me energy. And I really need that because I have chronic fatigue and stuff. Chronic pain, chronic fatigue. But thank you. Really? I wish. I wish. I'm going to have a garden this summer. My neighbor and I are putting it together. I can't wait. Green is for the energy. Yeah, I need to be relaxed right now because if I get any more tension in my shoulders, I'm just going to go pop. Hey, it's Viborg. How are you? Much love. On and off. Yeah, there were a few days in there. I gave the kratom a break. I just couldn't. Well, I couldn't hold anything down anyway, so those migraines are bad. I haven't had one in a long time. I've been relatively healthy. But anyway, the street preaching training went very well. I really, really like it. So, well, I'm not the one leading it, but I can tell you it's the master's course, and it's got Kirk Cameron in it. It's a good one. It's good. They pose a lot of good stuff. Withdrawals, though, is why I said be careful. Really? I've never noticed withdrawals. I just notice it wears off, and then the pain comes back. Or sometimes it just wears off, and like the pain just kind of stays at an all-time low. Um, Usually I just take it in the mornings and that's it. But maybe I'm definitely going to stick to the red strain because I don't need to be jacked up with a migraine. I mean, laying in bed jacked up, that's like, that'll make me go out of my mind. You know, being on an emotional roller coaster and then confined to bed. Because a lot of times the best way to work off that energy is exercise. I'm learning how much you take and how long you've been on it. I started taking it back in 2019. Some days I'll just have one dose. Some days I'll have 3 doses. Some days I won't take any. Typically, I'll take between 1 and 2 doses a day. So that's what, 2 teaspoons each time. If it's really bad, I might make them 2 heaping teaspoons, like in the morning and at lunch. And then that's it for the rest of the day. I like it. I'll tell you, between, Kratom and medicinal marijuana, I've been able to handle my pain levels. I love taking capsules, but I started drinking it in tea because I ran out of capsules. Actually, I didn't want to get anything delivered here because I got something delivered to my mom's house, and now I got to go there, and we're not talking. Damn it. If she does anything to my mail, I will blow the roof off the house. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I had capsules sent here, but someone stole my package, so until the squatters go, I'm not having any packages sent here. I haven't sent other places. But on that note, I think I'm going to go. I want to finish watching Truth Radio Show with Dan Bedondi. I had to pause the news, though. I had to take a step away from that. And I guess go to sleep. Last week, I went to the doctor and then I went to the hospital. She ripped me out of bed 3 times to go to the food store for her. Twice was for 3 items that was at a store half a mile away from her house. I live 30 miles away from her house. Yeah, Dan's great. He is. I love his ministry. The news gets to me. I'm very particular who I get my news from. I can watch it from Dan. There's only a couple of channels I can get my news from because otherwise it triggers me, and I don't watch Paul Begley for news because I get too triggered. But I can watch Dan, and I can do Bible studies with Dan, so I appreciate his ministry like more than I can tell you. Yeah, he's awesome. I love Dan. I want to do another broadcast with him. He's so smart. I appreciate him and his work. I want to bring him on Fringe Radio Network so that way we can bring him in more viewers, more donations, and give him more of an audience. You know? Like, you gotta go. Sweet dreams, Meek Orange. I think I'm probably going to get going too. Somehow I gotta go food shopping for the lady downstairs. Oh, what happened was my mom. Yeah, she dragged me out 3 times. Then the last time she dragged me out, she finally gave me a full shopping list. But I about fell asleep while food shopping because I stopped for a minute. I was running a live stream and I stopped for just a second. And I leaned up on the aisle. I about fell asleep. I get to her house. She wants me to put her food away. No, I'm sick. I got a fever. I didn't even have my antibiotics at that point. And, or I think I just got my antibiotics that Friday. She called me up, or I guess it was a Friday, I don't remember. She called me up the very next morning yelling at me that I didn't get her Advil and her Imodium. I was like, you know what? You get in the car and you drive a quarter mile down the road to Walgreens and pick it up yourself. I can't drive 30 miles to you. I have been in bed and you have dragged me out of bed claiming that you're sicker than me, but yet I'm the one going to the doctor and going to the hospital and vomiting my ass off. I almost fell asleep 3 different times driving home from your house that night, and you didn't care. You're more concerned that I missed your Advil and Imodium. There is nothing wrong with her that she can't go get it herself. The lady, oh wait, I saw your, hey Sarah, I saw your comments. I'm not ignoring you, sweetheart. Um, yeah, Pastor Paul does get a little too excited. He gets me frazzled. I can't watch him because it's like, where are you going, Paul? Wait, what do you mean I'm coming with you too? I'm not sure about that. Yeah, he gets me too jolted and like too urgent, like, and I can't live like that. I can't live on the edge of my seat day in, day out. And he broadcasts on everything that comes out. So, the lady downstairs is not capable to do her own food shop, and she's not mobile. Oh, sweet dreams, Sarah. I hope you sleep tight. Um, yeah, I was concerned with stuff like that, but honestly, I've heard of more people coming off their pain management pills and going on to Kratom, and Kratom working, Kratom being a really good avenue for them because otherwise they wouldn't have anything else to kill pain. But I have never heard, to date, I haven't heard anybody having an addiction issue with Kratom. Like when it wears off, it just wears off and you go back into feeling pain again. You don't feel like a drop off like if you're on opiates or opioids, and when they wear off, you feel it, and then your body's craving more of it, and then you got the pain back on top of it. That doesn't happen with the Kratom. The Kratom just wears off. Your body's not aching for more of it. It really doesn't give you a high. You might feel a little relief because you're finally not in pain, but I mean, as far as a euphoric feeling, it's such a minor feeling. Um, I've heard people actually getting over addiction issues with medications because they used Kratom, and it was just a better way of life and a better way for them to manage their pain was Kratom than the prescriptions. Yeah, you're right, Lorena. Way better than Pharmacia. Yep. I was on oxycodone and Dilaudid. They wanted to put me on fentanyl patches. I was like, get out of here. I'm not to that point. Hey, Doc. Shalom. You're only an hour late. I'm about to go to sleep. Hang up my hat for the day. Oh, it went great, Doc. I love the course. I'm sticking with it. My homework is to write a letter to God to say, God, um, my hopes, these are my hopes for taking the course. And yeah, it's a tough topic. I'm only speaking medicinal reasons. I am not speaking on any recreational issues. I mean, if you're partying on pills, you need your head examined in the first place. But no, just medicinal reasons. So don't worry, there's been a few times I've had to have my head examined because I was doing stupid stuff. I'm slowly getting past it. I am 47. Now, now I'm too old to deny I didn't know. My age alone says I should definitely know better. So, but I like it. I like it. So I'm going to get trained first, and then I'm going to have to run some live streams of me street preaching. I got to get somebody to come with me, though, just to, like, watch my back. I don't want to go out street preaching and then have somebody kidnap me. You're 44? Yeah, I'm 47. Thank you. Yeah, I just turned 47 in September. Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm like, what happened to my 30s? I don't even remember them. Life is going by so fast. And the days are just going quicker and quicker and quicker. All right, it's coming up on 10:30. I don't even know what today. Oh, today's Monday. It feels like it's a Friday or a Saturday. Do you know the best time to go food shopping? I kid you not, Saturday nights. From now on, when I do my food shopping, I'm going on Saturday nights. I like the crowd at ShopRite a lot better Saturday nights. I went in last Saturday night. Oh my God, everybody was so nice. I was like, I'm in New Jersey. Did I just cross over into heaven or something? Because, like, everybody was so nice. They're like, oh, excuse me, I'm half asleep. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Oh, I'm half asleep. Well, so was I, but just everybody was so nice. So, Saturday nights, my nights to go food shopping. I like the crowd a lot better. My speed. It was like a bunch of hollies walking around the store. Much better crowd. So, I'm going to start a new fad now. Everybody's going to be food shopping Saturday nights. Listen, only the cool crowd shops on Saturday nights. If you're not cool, you won't shop on a Saturday night. No, if you're cool, you will shop on a Saturday night. But if you're not cool, you won't. All right, guys, on that note, Heavenly Abba, I pray that you hold everybody in your hand tonight so they sleep tight. Please protect them from the kingdom of darkness attacking them, especially during the witching hour. Please station your warring angels around everyone and protect them and their fur babies in Yeshua's name. And please give them extra prayers for me because I love them so much. I love you. I worship you. I want to glorify you and praise you. In Yeshua's name I pray. Yud He Vav He, bless Yud He Vav He. Yud He Vav He, bless Yeshua HaMashiach. Yud He Vav He, bless Holy Spirit. In Yeshua's name I pray. Selah. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to try to kick this pain. Really? Really? Torch for Christ? I'm going to have to look them up. Gab, the street preacher. I'm going to have to look that up, Doc Michael. I got to learn how to talk to people. Like, I'm comfortable here talking about Yeshua, but face to face, to approach somebody to get them saved, I don't know. I got a lot to learn and a lot to overcome. This is actually a really challenging course for me. So I can't wait to see what I'm like at the end of it. All right, guys, sweet dreams, sleep tight. I pray that Heavenly Abba stores up more treasures for you in heaven because you guys are just so sweet to me down here on earth, and I appreciate it. I will try to come up with something good to talk about tomorrow. I need a topic to broadcast from for Wednesday on Fringe. I have no idea what I'm doing for Wednesday on Fringe. I better put something together fast because I didn't broadcast last week. I was too sick. All right, guys, I love you. I will see you soon. Very soon. Sweet dreams, everybody. I love you. A bushel and a peck and a hug around the neck. See you in the morning. Thanks for the links, guys. I'll check them out.